Hi
Hey
there,
there,
I'm
Mark.
Evan.
I
Today
said
we
it
interrupt
first.
each other. Actually, we don't really interrupt each other. Mark helps me through.
Not really.
We tries. We got brainstorming. It's a brainstorming session for something very exciting that I'm working on. I think you're gonna like it. We'll see. Welcome to the Something to Poop podcast. I'm Evan.
I'm Mark.
We're doing a little different today.
Are we?
We are. Mark didn't want to bring a topic today, so I'm going to bring a topic today. Are we ready?
I'm ready. Here I am.
I've got two topics.
Okay.
We'll start with the first one, and
Should I
then
write them
move.
down? I've been
the second
nervous
one.
all day. Actually,
Really?
I was very tempted to say, "Hey, send me your topic," but I knew you wouldn't. So
I might have. I don't know that I would have been able to explain it fast enough, but
Mhm.
I might have. I like giving Mark a heads up sometimes. Sometimes it's great just to see the reaction.
Yeah.
But for thinking through things, I might have sent something, depending if I even saw it. Today's been crazy. I just got off a crazy IG live debating whether you're on stage, you should say you're nervous or you're excited, or I do scary things, which is fun. Yeah. Okay. Here's the first thing I want to talk about. FlexDX. I've had FlexDX is basically a calendar where for 18 days you pick a habit and you cross off an X every day you do it. The goal is not to break the chain, and you do it for 18 days. And the idea is that that's the minimum number of times it takes of consecutive action to start to build a habit. I am thinking about going a little bit harder on it, promoting it more, but I need to reposition a little bit. I want to rebrand it, not have X, and have it tie more into my branding. So I'm thinking of how I do the believe, where I have the arm that kind of goes up and to the right.
Remember to believe.
Right arm goes up and to the right.
Right arm? Hold on. Right arm goes that way?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
right
yeah.
arm. So it's actually up and to the left. It's the right arm goes up and to the left. But it gets mirrored when we're doing videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking of doing is having like day one. On day one right now, we show this little X. So the idea is you cross off the X. Of having even my arm be the thing.
Well, what's wrong with X? Negative connotation, FlexDX? What's wrong with it? It sounds good. It's easy to remember. People like it.
I want to tie it to, I want to make it more branded.
Belief? Okay.
Yeah. So I was thinking of like having me on it, and then you cover the arm. Like the first one is covering the arm.
Okay.
So I'll do this as a picture on day one or day 0 or whatever, and you cover the arm. And whether it's an arrow,
you should do. I don't know if there's a way to do this, but remember those Christmas calendars, right? The Christmas calendars, the little boxes, you open each box each day and you get a little piece of chocolate or whatever, and there's a little thing and it's a surprise. Wouldn't that be fun if as you were flexing the X through your days each time, there's like a nice little surprise waiting for you behind a door or something? I don't know how you do that, but.
Okay, the surprise is you did another day. Great.
Great.
That's the reward.
But if it's a picture of you doing this, then each day could be like a different cartoon pose of Evan.
So what I'm thinking of is something like this on day 1 or day 0.
Okay.
And then we'll like trace over the line, whether it's just a line. So it's not actually the full X, it's just a line, or it's like an arrow. You draw the arrow tip at the top right. So it's going from bottom to top. Yeah, and then going a little harder on it, where there's the 18 day. 18 day is the minimum. 66 day, I think, is the average, and 254 is the worst. And having versions of it.
I've always liked 3 week. Whenever I've done your FlexDX, I've always found that 3 weeks.
Okay, but the data says 18 days, 66 days, and 254. So there'll be 3 different versions of it. The 66 day one will already have the first 18 days automatically checked off, because you've just done it. You're basically transitioning to the harder version.
Okay.
And then the 254 will already have the first 66 days checked off, because now you're at the hardest version. Having some kind of different branding, where it's a theme or a stack, where it's like to get started, to maintain, and then to make it automatic. I haven't fully figured it out, but really making it a part of the brand and going harder at it. The other 2 additions I want to put, one is just says like write your goal. the sheet right now just says write your goal. I want to add like why it's important, and then what are the 3 things that are going to trip you up, and how you're going to handle it. Stress or low sleep or whatever, like the things that will trip you up from following through, and then planning in advance what your response is going to be when those negative triggers come up. So I don't know how that's all going to fit on the sheet, but I want to push it a lot harder. Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we going to, it's more that execution I can visualize is what we're going to call it. So we're going to tap, ladies and gentlemen, you get to step inside. Usually you hear Mark and all the problems and inadequacies. Now you're going to see Mark in all his fury.
Oh, great. Let's raise expectations very, very high.
Exactly. Well, Mark, we got to be good at something. This is what you're good at. So let's go. Here he comes. Okay.
Here I come. So
I bought you some time to think. Let's go.
Oh, well, for naming for FlexiX.
Branding, brand positioning. This is what you do.
Yeah, but it's interesting because whenever I've done these types of things, I would say half the time you're able to find something better, and the other half the time you do all of this work and all of the circling, and then you're like,
whatever.
Yeah,
stop hedging.
as
Let's
good
go.
as FlexiX though. So
but
that's why I was trying
great.
to.
Like
that's why I was trying to dig. That's why I was trying to dig into like what's wrong with it, because it's catchy and it's hooky and you've been talking about it, so it's got legacy. And sometimes changing something just for the sake of changing something isn't always great.
It's not. So one, like in my space, Grant is all about the X.
Yes, 10x it.
And he's doing like hand signals with X and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. But if I'm going to make this a big part of what I'm going to do, it's fine to live on this side thing that every now and then I talk about, as opposed to like every day I am going to showcase me doing it and checking it off and starting challenges. Like, hey, every month we could start a new 18-day challenge. Who wants to join me? Let's go, everybody. Counting down, like making it a big deal of my ongoing life. Because I think staying consistent on habits is one of the hardest things that people have.
Yeah, consistency. Right? Some of us struggle with that. Yeah.
So I want to help, right? So I think FlexiX is it rhymes. It feels good, right? Like the X's are fine, but you're flexing on your X's, which feels good. And I had the picture and all that. But I think we can do better to kind of match the brand. It doesn't have to be the arrow with the thing up. It just felt like the more that all ties in, if every day people are doing that. I like the idea of the up and to the right with the arrow on it. Like you're drawing it up with an arrow every day. You're drawing it up to the right with an arrow every day.
So every time that I do it, I'm going to do one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm playing with.
That's the completion. Well, I mean, I will tell you that like lists are like, I mean, like, I love the idea of crossing something off. And when COVID first started, I was doing FlexiX for 3 weeks, and every week I added more things. So I actually had 3 streams, and then it became 5, and then it became like 8. And it's like knowing that there was going to be this blank spot on that page because I didn't earn it. Really, like I had to have a really good reason not to earn it, and then I would write it in whatever that was. But that's really satisfying. The X is like just like putting an X, putting a check mark, crossing something out because you did it. Those are all like really satisfying things. I'm just trying to think right now, like if I know that I did it and I get to put a arrow up there, is it as satisfying?
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't know. What's the X? Yes, I did it.
This is what I was up till 3 a.m. thinking about.
The proper shape for it?
The whole idea, like trying to think of different words. So I had like soar. So I created the soar board. It's the soar board. I like that. It was decent.
I know I don't know if it's you or you're Alex. And somebody in your environment is obsessed with the idea of soaring and soar, because I know that you've mentioned it a lot and stuff.
Yeah. It's just okay because it's not a board; it's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Or this could be. I think I want people to put it on their fridge, so you see it and your family sees it for some accountability. And whether it becomes a poster that we sell or just something you can print off from your home or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of bored. Bored kind of rhymes with sore bored. Whether it's like Believe Challenge or Believe 18 that turns into the Believe 66, that turns into the Believe 254.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think in terms of the real feelings of accomplishment and satisfaction come from once you've done that thing, you can cross it off and you're like, yes, I've taken one more step forward. I've done one more thing. It's one more piece in this big thing that overwhelms us often for hitting my goal. It's like, I did what I had to do today to make it happen. Like that's what's actually good about FlexiX. It's like, not just like flexing, but it's like the idea of you flexing yourself or you growing. So what is the core of, like, what's the core feeling of this? It's accomplishment, it's pride.
Yep. That's why I'm talking to you.
Yeah. See now, this makes for fun. This would have been a great thing actually if you'd sent me in advance. I could have thought about it for a few days.
I wouldn't
as
have
opposed to
minded.
now in real time, me going like.
Now we get to see how. Listen, I get everything you give me in real time, so this is now the flip.
Yeah, but if you're not that interested, you'd be like, yeah, I'm not that interested.
Are you not interested in this? We don't have to.
It's an interesting challenge. I just don't know if it makes for good audio listening. Okay, it's definitely going to be a piece of paper, right? That someone prints off.
Either I think prints off as a basic, or they can order it like a poster or something that they could put up. Okay. I'm going to get some color ones done for me. Like I want to do this every day. So I'm going to have my version on my fridge. And then what I think is every month we start a new one, or we have a week in between or something, like 18 days done. We did it. Hey, okay, I'm starting a new one in a week. Countdown, 7 days left until the next X, whatever challenge. What are you guys going to do? You want to join me on this? Let's go. Come on, pick your thing. Let's do it. And having that be a part of my ongoing stories that people can tag along to.
If we thought about an adjective or a word that best described what doing this action was, like you mentioned done, like, yes, we're getting it done. Like what would be the descriptor you would use for the person who's doing this? Like flex is a great word for that type of thing, or growth, or grit, or like, just if there was an adjective, if there was a term or descriptors or a bunch of descriptors to explain the type of person who's doing this and what they're going through, whatever that term is, the metamorphosis, right? The caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Like there's a term for that thing that's happening. What's happening to us as we're doing this?
You are believing in yourself more.
Great. Let's just call it. Call it the believe.
Well, listen,
but you're not believing in yourself. Otherwise.
No. Hold on. Let me give a little more context. I did play around with believe, like the believe challenge or the believe 18 into the believe 66 or the believe stack or something. I like the idea too of this hand gesture being called the believe. Do the believe. Whenever I go to events and take pictures with people, if it's one-on-one, I'm always doing this. And if it's a group, we have everybody do this. It's not really named. It's because I do this on my videos, but I like having that consistency across different touch points. So it's not just in my videos. It's also, hey, we could do this together. Like you're doing this, you believe in yourself more. Do the believe.
It sounds like a dance that was
but
really big in the 50s.
But that's I like that idea, whether we call it the believe or whatever. I like tying those different pieces together, which is why I thought of that as being the signal within an arrow or whatever else on top. So it could just be the believe challenge, the believe 18-day challenge, or the believe 18. Like I want to make it a cornerstone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. So with
that being said, I think
what are some adjectives
every day
for someone who's doing this?
Every day that you do it, you believe in yourself a little bit more. You've just picked
the outcome,
some goal.
Though. That's not the action.
What do you mean? That's
the outcome. That's not the action.
As opposed to what? So what's an action?
The action's like you grit your teeth and you get through it. Even, you do the things that you don't want to do, but you do them anyway. You're getting stronger. You're
stronger is the same thing.
Strength training, let's say, or
wait, hold on. It's the exact same thing. Strength training is belief. It's belief training. It's strength training for the mind. It's exactly the same thing.
Okay.
You're getting stronger. You're getting more self-belief. Every day that you get another one on, it's like, oh my God, I'm doing it. That's belief. You didn't think you could do it, and now you're doing it. It's the whole point. I want to take people from not believing they could do something.
You did think you can do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't. You did think you would do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't set it as a target.
Well, then I want to pick something that people thought that like that can be in the setup.
But hold on. You're not. So here's the thing. When you started off, you said that we struggle with consistency. So the reason why I did 3 weeks Flex DX wasn't because I didn't think that I could run. It was because it's like, this is something I'm going to do every day. And I'm going to challenge myself to do it every day.
But it's a challenge because you didn't think that you could stay consistent on it. You didn't believe.
No, I just wanted to create for myself. It's the same reason that people like accountability buddies. Like, hey, I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to tell you what I did, or I'm going to text you if I'm running into trouble or whatever. Like, it's not because of a belief or lack of belief in someone's ability to do it. At least the way that
do it. It's a lack of belief to consistently do it.
Okay.
People don't believe that they consistently follow through on the things they say they're going to do. That they set a goal and then they're pumped for 2 days and then they fall off. That's the belief that they've built in. I set goals and I don't follow through.
Right.
That's
so I set myself a 21-day goal and then I followed through for 21 days. But on the 22nd day, I didn't do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. It had an end.
Yeah.
And many people do that too. But what I want to create is this movement where we're doing this together. I'm doing this too. If you pick something that's important to you, I'm not telling you what goal to pick, but you pick something that you have a hard time staying consistent on, and let's do this together for 18 days.
Okay, cool. So if in real life we're doing this all the time, and I'm like, hey, Evan, what's your Flex DX right now? Like, it's going to become a verb, right? Like, hey, I'm like people talk about being on keto, right? Like, you're on keto, you're off keto.
Yep.
You're in keto, you're out of keto. It's just a thing. It's a culture. It's a thing. It's become a thing. You're going to create your own thing, and that's cool. I don't know if it could be around belief versus challenge or consistency or strength training or
it could be the
life hacking or whatever it is.
It could be. I mean, it could be the belief challenge. It could be the something else challenge.
The something else challenge. That's catchy.
Flex DX was a nice, fun take on things.
Mm-hmm.
Something that is.
See, you're not going to say like, I'm belief challenging. Like, hey, what's your belief challenge? What's your belief challenge? Your belief challenge?
It could be belief challenge. It could be the believe 18, believe 66, believe 254, but believe 18 is the starting one. And then do you want to move on to the next one? I'm not married to it. I just like the idea of.
What about something more action based? Like the only thing that comes to mind right now is like proving it, but I know that you wouldn't want that, but something more, something more challenge or action based.
I like challenge. I even like the word challenge. It's a little long.
You like the word, or you don't like the word challenge?
No, I like the word challenge, but it could also be like the Flex DX challenge. Like, we can just add challenge to anything. It doesn't have to be the branding.
So synonyms. I love synonyms. Anytime that you have kind of a word that kind of works, I love being able to look at.
What's another word for synonym?
Dare, provocation, summons. I mean, you're not going to use those for challenge, but confront. I wonder if there's anything that can. Defiance. Stand against. Test, like test yourself, test.
Yeah, and I'm okay adding challenge in at the end too. Whatever we pick, it could still be the Flex DX challenge. The challenge can be added or not. It's not required to be part of the branding. Trial,
obstacle, test. This is going to get really boring really quick. Hold on.
Timo will entertain the audience with his.
There you go. No. Trial, experiment.
So what's the action?
Stretch. Stretch is a good term. It indicates growth and
stretch.
It indicates growth, but not so uncomfortable. Well, it's similar to flex, but stretch.
What else was I playing with? Up and to the right. That idea of going up and to the right means you're growing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little too cerebral, but might be something to play off of. Andy Frisella has his, was it 45 hard?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
Something like
75, that. 75 hard. 75 days, and you got to do specific things. You got to work out twice, once outside. You got to read in the morning. You got to do very specific things for 75 days. But he calls it 75 hard.
How do you feel about the word stint? Does that feel too short? Stint?
Stint?
Stint. It has a...
Doesn't make me feel anything great.
No?
No. Stint. Because this ultimately could become your life. Like if you stack it. I was also thinking stack. The stack 18.
Yeah, I've used the word stack a lot in work context because there's developer stacks, right? Like the idea that you could grab bits and pieces of different code or different elements that are stacks and then bring them together to like develop a new stack or something. I like that.
So we're stacking.
I like
habits.
that. I like that. Yeah, that terminology. Stack,
especially as we move from moving from 18 to 66. It feels like I like that the first 16 are already checked off for you. So it feels like you already made progress on this thing. You're not starting over. Seinfeld calls it "Don't break the chain."
Seinfeld does
Seinfeld.
for his meditation.
I know he's really big.
I know he's really big on meditation.
No, just the daily consistent action is like don't break the chain of checks or X's or whatever, right? You don't break the chain. Like you don't want to stop on day 19 because now you have to start all over again, and that feels painful because you've already been doing it for 19 days, right? Now you're the kind of person who follows through for 19 days. You don't want to shift that and be the old version of you again.
Is that what bothers people?
Yeah.
Just going like, okay.
No, that's not what gets verbalized, but that's what's the hope of being the person that they want to be versus proving again to yourself that you're not that person. You don't want to start back over at one. So you'll keep doing it, especially when you have other people who are doing it too.
Evolve feels too slow as a word, right?
Yeah. Not big enough.
Do we like the word hack or no? I mean, I'm not saying life hack or anything, but the idea of hacking something and being able to use something, in a new way or against, something that was a weakness is actually your superpower. You were talking about that. Maybe
I was playing with like habit hack, like habits are something that people care obviously a lot about.
Yep.
It's a top of mind word. Hacks are too. It's not quite what we're trying to do, but it doesn't have the emotion in it. You need to feel like you're a better human for going through this thing.
You need to feel like you're a better human for going through it.
Yeah. Up and to the right. Make that arrow happen, baby. Let's go. You're soaring. You're flying. I was trying to play with airplane things. That's where.
Yeah, you're the guy who's obsessed with soar. That's where
soar,
it is.
Fly.
Soar.
Yeah, whatever. Airplane. I'm just trying to play off the brain. Like, what are the words? Fly didn't seem to fit. Take off. Lift off. Touchdown didn't really. It's the other way. Andy Frisella's one is called 75 Hard, a tactical guide to winning the war with yourself. I like that. Winning the war with yourself. Something there. And still belief. At the end of the day, it's still belief. Do the believe. Do the believe.
But you don't need believe to be in there, right?
No. I mean, part of why I'm asking you is also the bigger picture thinking for the whole brand, not just for this one little campaign, right? So that's where belief might fit. But I'm not sold on anything yet. If I was, then I'd be telling you what I'm doing instead of asking you what I should be doing.
What about, like I'm on your website right now and I'm looking at your who I've been and who I'm becoming. What about the idea of, I definitely don't want to do transformation. We don't want to use that word. It's overused. And, but Is it it's too aggressive to say like, the death of the old you or something like that? Like, the idea of like the war on yourself is like a very masculine and aggressive term, but
could be. Rewire could be good.
Yeah, rewire is a good word.
People like rewiring.
Yeah, because it's, again, action-based. We need definitely something that indicates like movement forward. Stretching, stacking, hacking, rewiring, challenging. Like these are all like these great movement or dynamic kind of words. Shaper. Can you shape something? Shape?
It could be around proving it to yourself. It's still belief. I mean, all of this still comes down to belief for me, but proving it to yourself that you can do it or building a better life. Like the idea is to pick something that's important to you, not just some, goal that doesn't matter.
Like you have a goal and you need to take these steps to be able to hit it, Yeah, I mean, I listen, I really like FlexX. Wow, I'm on your website, and that picture of Alex with you and you're wearing his hat. Do you remember that? You're wearing his hat.
Okay.
He did a thing. He's just like so much heavier there. It's crazy.
Oh my God. Come on, Mark. Focus here.
Focus, right. Focus.
Squirrel.
What about if this is a community thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you do this, you're part of a community. So this thing that we call happens just to be like, it's not so much about us calling the piece of paper or the activity. It's about the community. And you only get to be a part of the community when you do it.
I like it the other way around. Like the community is the add-on. It's not the main feature. It's about you getting stronger, getting better, believing in yourself more.
If you want it to be the most like the most branded thing to do would be to call it something like the Believe Challenge Tracker or something, which has like, it doesn't have a lot of heart in it, but it's like from a marketing point of view, a corporate point of view, it's like, it's got believe, it's got challenge. It indicates that you're tracking something. It's super intuitive. It explains exactly what you want. I was trying to think of, if I was listening to Rachel Hollis, because she's got that partnership with Target. And so she puts out a lot of products that she sells through Target, and she talks about it on her podcast. And whenever she names something, it's always something just like hey, the Rise Daily Journal, right? Yeah. Like they don't create like, Unite 653 because it's got like this cool, like they literally, most people who are selling product literally call it something super intuitive. So when you go like, you don't have to go, what's, like what was Andy's thing? Something about 74?
75 hard.
75 hard. Great. 75 hard. If you are talking to him, I can guess that like it's 75 days, 75 something to get a harder, become tougher or whatever it is. But there's something for, like Brendan Bouchard and all these people who have, it's basically like adjective name, descriptor. Like they use 2 or 3 words to call their product something with like a little bit of an adjective name and then 1 or 2 words to just explain what it is.
So it's the Believe 18. It's the Believe 18 challenge. That's what we started with.
But if you're going to do that, then I'm not saying it should be the Believe 18, but maybe add 1 more word to it then to make it even more.
Challenge. You can't add another word. Then it's too long.
I like challenge tracker. I don't know why I like that, because the
tracker?
idea is that the piece of paper is the thing that's tracking my progress. It's tracking,
Believe
how far
challenge tracker. No, but
challenge tracker is a great term. But
I think that's the paper. I'm looking for the idea.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to name this thing.
No, but the thing is the thing that you use to help you do the thing, the bigger thing. What's the bigger thing? This is just a tool to help you do that thing that we're all doing together. We could throw progress in there as another good word. If people want to feel like they're making progress.
I wouldn't call it the Believe 18 because, again, I don't think that people – I think that belief is the outcome. And when you're operating at your level, when you're buzzing up here, you connect those dots. I think for most of us who are struggling with consistency, struggling with making something happen, struggling with proving it yourself, struggling with all these things, we don't think like, I want more believe. we think, I want to stop disappointing myself, or I want to get.
What's the opposite? What's the opposite of stop disappointing myself? Because you're thinking, I want to not do things. We're not gonna call it stop disappointing yourself challenge. Like, we're aspirational, so we got to lead towards the positive side of that. You want to believe in yourself.
But no, but you could do something that's still somewhat like I used to watch a long time ago, The Biggest Loser, and the idea of the last chance workout was something that my wife, like anytime I hear the words last chance, I immediately think last chance workout. And so it could be the like you're going to bleep this now but it could be like the disappointment challenge or something, right? Like the idea of you are this old version of you, you hate this old thing, but we wouldn't call it that. It's super off brand. I only thought of that because of the campaign for cancer. It's just this like, you're trying to help me with this, right? I'm going to take this thing that we feel like is a box, a cage, something that's suppressing us, something that is holding us back. And we're going to say, screw that. And you're going to try and push through it. And you're going to push through it because you know that if you do the thing consistently, you will get the results you're looking for. So you could play on the negative that everybody swims in, that everybody lives in, but turning it into something more powerful. Does that feel off brand?
Maybe. Depends how we execute it.
This is usually now where I go away for 3 or 4 days, think about something, do the dishes, cut the grass, and then, oh, what about this? And come up with a whole list and then come back. And then Evan goes, yeah, okay. We're going to go with Believe 18. That's what feels right to me.
Believe 18. It might. Listen, I think Believe 18 is it's growing.
I think you're stuck there. Yeah. The more you.
I'm not yet. I would tell you if I was. Like, no. I would. Yeah, I'm looking up like what rhymes with cage and what rhymes with fix and what rhymes with squash and what rhymes with
squash
the nothing. Squash the Josh. No, we need our Josh.
Squash the Joshua.
By the way, movie makers this morning, dude. I can't tell you.
He texted me. This is
epic. I texted you?
No, Joshua texted me afterwards and was like, hey, they want me to come in and someone suggested that I teach something about content production or something.
Oh yeah, he might. Just basically how to take a vertical video and turn it into horizontal, like an IGTV an IG live with 2 people, vertical, and turn it into horizontal next to each other. How to actually, what are the mechanics of doing it? I don't know how to do that, but it's not hard. No.
You take the video, you duplicate it onto a second layer.
I know it's
crop it. You crop it. You crop this one, and then you move them that way.
Great. I don't know how
easy
to do
peasy.
That. But that's not a lot of people want to do coaching, so it's an easy way to split things up.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, movie makers is just.
What about the habit hacker?
Insane. We talked about that habit hacking, right?
No, but I added her to the end. Habit hacker, like the hacker is the verb. It's the habit hacker.
Doesn't feel big enough. Not emotional enough.
Okay. But Believe 18 feels emotional.
Getting more believe. I mean, it's believe. No,
I know you're obsessed. It's your one word.
No, hold on. Believe is not as emotional, but it fits into the brain story much better, right? It's not as big or emotional. But habit hacker isn't either. I mean, that's not. It rhymes. I mean, it doesn't rhyme. It has HH. That's just good.
Yeah, it's alliteration, like the stretch stacker. Or the stint stretch. I can't even say it out loud. The stint stretch stacker.
Okay. Next.
What about the idea of like outpacing or outstretching or outgrowing, or the idea of like anything there?
I don't know. Maybe
anything. Any wisps. Usually, the creative process is like there's this little wisp of something, and you're like, "Oh, I like that," and then you grab it, and then you pursue it further.
I'm not grabbing anything in that wisp, no? But maybe you're going to grab something and then dish out something even better.
What about True You? What about like the True You unlock or shedding, shedding.
Okay. Shed the lead. Shed the lead.
Shed the lead. It's been weighing you down, man. There's your tagline.
Shed the lead.
Shed the lead. All those things, all that baggage. You okay?
Shed the lead.
And then your symbol can be it could be very sciencey. Your symbol could be the P and the L, right? Like it can be the scientific symbol off the what is that, number 13? What is lead on the periodic table? Lead.
Shed the dead.
Shed the dead. PB, what is its periodic number? Oh, I thought it was P. Oh, atomic number is 82. I don't know what that means.
Drop the stop.
Drop stop?
Drop the stop.
Okay.
You stop stopping. Like, stop, let's go. Drop the stop.
Yeah. Stop stopping. Start starting.
Stop stopping.
Yeah, I would say that. You can take that if you want. I love that. I love the idea of the stop stopping and start starting. But the stopper? What about the stopper? Come on, guys! Join me on today's challenge for stoppers.
So the emotion is that you want to feel good enough.
Yes. How about something to prove?
You want to feel worthy.
How about something to prove?
You want to feel worthy. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to have a win.
What about prove and progress? Prove the progress. Prove progress. The progress prover. I like the word progress. I don't know why. I'm writing it down. The progress push. Progress pusher. You add ER to anything.
I think prove is stronger than progress. Progress is nice.
You think prove is stronger than progress?
It's more emotional. It's more emotional.
Yeah, prove. Yeah, and it's got like a little bit of a like, let me show you what I can do.
So that vibe that we're after, people can't stay consistent. They want a better life.
Made of something more. Made of something more. You're made of something more. You're made for more. Can you be made for more? Is that a thing? No.
Made for more. Sure.
What about greater or greatness? That's more like school, I guess, of greatness. Greater.
Made for more. That's decent. I like made for more.
Made for more.
Made for more.
I put a box around it on my notes. You can see that. Made for more.
It's a Rachel Hollis video.
Is it? Really?
Yeah. Documentary. Made for more.
Oh, it's a documentary name. Yeah, that doesn't count.
Maybe that's where you got it. Documentary about women empowerment.
Maybe subconsciously.
That's where he's getting it from. He's deep in the Hollis world right now.
Made for more. I did order her new book. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but impressive that she started writing it in March. She wrote it March and April, and then copy edited it, and they had it out for September. Like, that's crazy fast.
Great. Launch your podcast, Mark.
Thank you, Evan. So we like the word prove more.
Made for more. I like made for more. I don't know what our twist on it could be, but I like that. That's good. There's a Toronto church that has made for more.
So when I really want to try,
it has the religious undertones too. That you're made. You were made.
Yeah, you're made. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. All I do is
we're created, made. But
this.
What I like to do if I'm doing research and I'm really concerned, of course, is you go to Twitter, turn it into a hashtag, and then see what kind of organizations are using it, because that will also made for more. That'll tell you if like suddenly what you wanted to do has a second connotation you weren't aware of. Do you need cash for your holidays to pay the bills? Boss lady, made for more. Okay. So,
yeah, that's not ownable, right? Like FlexiX is more ownable. Believe 18 is definitely ownable.
Yeah, but it could just be a foundation for.
Then you'd have to put challenge or something, right? Because it's not an action. Made for more is not an action. It's a sentiment.
Difficult to done. Too complicated. Difficult to done.
That's not bad.
Let's get things from difficult to done.
Difficult's just a mouthful, but I like it.
Yeah, no, it's hard to rhyme off difficult to done.
Well, we're not getting to my second topic, but that's fine. Let's.
What was the second topic?
No, let's go. I thought we'd.
What was the second? Oh, really?
Yeah,
you thought I was going to be like when I came up with Believogram. Do you remember that? Wasn't that great?
Listen,
wasn't that great years ago when you wanted to do these Candygram things or whatever? We called them Believegrams.
So Believe 18 is really just, it's great when you have Believe in the title.
Okay, so let's spend the next few minutes circling around Believe. How can we make Believe work so it doesn't feel so forced to me?
It's definitely forced and not emotional.
Hold on, maybe, but let's see here.
Oh my God, I never even noticed that the sleeve that I wear when I'm on stage, or like when I have short sleeve.
Yeah.
It's the Believe sleeve. It rhymes. I didn't even think about that.
You've called it that before.
Did I? I don't even remember. I didn't know that it rhymes. The Believe sleeve. That's great. I think it's amazing that Steve rhymes with Believe too, which I should tell him that.
The Believe sleeve by Steve.
that my agent Steve rhymes with Believe.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for. To believe something is to go for. Well, believe is the opposite of doubt. That we know.
Okay.
What about taking like an adjective or something and then like a negative and then adding like the word like crusher to it or something?
Wow.
It's like the doubt crusher. No?
I'm not feeling that one.
Okay. You're not feeling the doubt crusher?
The doubt crusher. Step into the doubt crusher. Yeah.
What do? You condition yourself, right? You're conditioning. Conditioning, is that what people say?
Yeah. Or train. The condition mission.
The Believe trainer. That doesn't sound good. There are no bad ideas when you're brainstorming. That's what
There's
they say.
bad ideas, like Believe trainer. That's a bad idea.
No. There's no criticism when it's a safe environment. You can say anything you want.
Oh, it's a safe environment, but that doesn't mean there's no criticism. You're fine, Mark.
Is there anything that starts with a B that gives you like a Believe something or something Believe that gives you that alliteration that we can get with our stretch stacker or push progress pusher or like our habit hacker or anything like that?
The Believe box. The Believe
bold something bold beliefs. I don't know if we're going to solve this in the next few minutes.
Just believe, Mark.
Just believe. Did you write any of these down or no?
No.
Okay. So you weren't hating Made for More or Difficult to Done or
no, I don't like Difficult to Done. The idea made for More is the best emotional one that we've got. There's no action and Rachel Hollis has something on it, so that's not great.
Yeah.
Believe 18 is the best branded one.
No, it's not.
Well, what's the better branded one? What do we got?
The Believe Challenge Tracker. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, no.
I'm telling you that, yeah.
Oh. It's not. It is not the Believe Challenge Tracker. No, it's not the paper. It's the exercise. No. Believe 18 is better than Believe Challenge Tracker.
Okay. Well, HPX, he has the high performance planner, right? The high performance planner, the performance planner, right? Like it's
I get it. But that's part. It's you're buying the planner. You're getting the planner. You're not getting the tracker.
Yeah, but no, hold on. He has performance planner prompts. So everybody's good for a performance planner prompt, right?
Believe 18 is better. I'm not sold on it, but it's the best branded.
To believe? The Believe builder? Built to believe? No?
Built, we already did Built to Serve.
Well, yes, we did. I did not suggest that name, but anyway.
I like the name. I like Built to Serve. Built to Serve is great. It's better than Who I How, which was the original title. Even though I love Who I How.
I think I was petitioning for Purpose from the Pain or something like that, but Believe. Have you been onto Rhyme Desk?
I'm on thesaurus.com.
Okay. Bereave rhymes with believe. Eve. Grieve. Naive. Sleeve.
How did they do this? I put in challenge and they gave me a synonym, beard. How is that? How is beard anywhere close to challenge? The believe beard? We can do that. Believe beard. Grow your believe beard. That's its own challenge.
Conceive the believe.
Nina.
Receive the believe receive.
Nina, what do you think about a 254-day beard growing challenge? She shot that one down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? No, you couldn't hear it.
I did hear her, yes.
Oh, you heard her say no?
I heard her just go, no.
Yeah.
Retrieve,
254 days.
Retrieve rhymes with believe. Retrieve your believe.
No. Why doesn't Mark Drager do the 254 beard growth challenge?
Oh man, I don't think my wife.
The whole
would be
point is
very
we do
happy
it together, Nina. It's a joint thing. No.
Disbelieve.
I can move out.
Receive. What about you don't like receive the believe? No.
No.
Too
Now we're
cheesy?
trying too hard.
No. Believe 18 is just as on the nose.
Believe 18. Believe 18.
It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough.
Okay, I need something better. Made from more is the right emotion, but there's no action.
What about move to prove? No.
Flex the X is the best action.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't change Flex the X, but you want to, so.
But it doesn't fit. We can't, right? I'm not going to be going like Flex the X. This is kind of like the advice that I'm going to give to like on all of my videos in every call. Okay, you figured that out. Great. Now we got to do this. We got to Flex the X.
I just thought of something that I like, but I don't know if it even makes sense.
Great.
Hacker stacker? That doesn't make any sense because there's both two different things that have nothing to do with anything.
We're not hacker stackering. Hacker stacking. Hacker stacker in.
Fetch the stretch.
Well, next time we'll give Mark a little more time.
Let's end it on a high note.
So we don't end with fetch the stretch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been some insights into Mark Drager's mind and how he works.
Yeah, that sometimes these things take time.
Sometimes these things take time. So we're going to give him time. And by next week, we'll have a genius ready to go out of the box.
No matter what I come up with, I can tell you're already grounded on Believe 18. Like,
no, I'm not. I like Made for More. I want the emotion of Made for More with an action with branded. That's the perfect trifecta. Branded, action, with emotion. And we have 3 separate ones that only check one box.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stay tuned, guys. Next week, you're going to get an answer.
Progress to prove? No?
No.
Progress to prove? You don't like progress. Not emotional enough.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Okay.
If you want to know the key to Mark's unstoppable mindset, check the video right the next one.
You can't even say that without laughing.
Continue to believe. We'll see you there.